Plaza of Time, I loved this. I think that this is so fantastic and so phenomenal for a couple different reasons. One of which being, I love the idea that you can discover things about the town that you live in or the city you live, that you never knew existed, but clearly has been a thing for a while because there's so many people that are involved with it or so many people go to it. I love the idea that you can kind of just stumble onto something. And also, I love the concept itself. I think it's fantastic. And I think that in society, a lot of the times, there can be, it's not always, and I think that there are definite ways that people and media and social media try to combat against this. But I think that there's a lot to be said about feeling like you have to be really good at something or you have to really excel at something or that you to enjoy it or to kind of get something out of it. And the idea to like pick up something like dancing in a later stage of your life or a different stage of your life, not when you're like really young and could maybe leverage that to achieve something, I guess. I think is something that our society kind of struggles with. I think that they struggle with the idea of doing something not because you're particularly good at it, but because it brings you joy, and having that be the sole reason to try and practice and put effort into it. And I think that is a beautiful thing. I think that whether some of them are clearly very, very good at dancing and definitely above my skill level, but I still think that like the idea exists and stands there. I also love that she took the time to not only like did she find it interesting and just want to figure out what she was hearing and like what the setup was, if it was kind of like a regular occurrence, or did she just stumble onto a kind of once a year, once a season kind of thing with discovering the plaza, but also that she took the time to figure out like what motivates these people, why they are dancing, what drives them to continue to show up and to do it. And I thought that the answers that they gave were just so beautiful and so phenomenal. I thought that this was a really, really well-rounded film with, like I said, there was great interviews and a great way that she kind of led you to the discovery that she had made with introducing the concept in general. I thought it was really well done.
This film, Plaza of Time, is a documentary short film about a huge dance community of middle-aged people who all gather together in this plaza and dance together. They learn dance routines and they just dance in general. And it's a really beautiful way for people to reconnect to something that they loved when they were younger, or just connect to each other as a community. And there's so much that dancing has brought for each individual person. I love that they interviewed different people, dance leaders as well as just dancers within the group, and how they impact each other. And this film was so heartwarming and does a great job of capturing the soul of this group and the purpose behind their dancing.
The Plaza of Time is about dance itself, the enjoyment of dance. Why do people dance? What makes them dance at a younger age? What makes them keep dancing as they get older? We follow a handful of individuals as we get to hear their experiences of the joy of dance and how being able to move your body even as you grow older can be a good thing. And Here we have this community where they're square dancing and finding these moments of joy of being able to exercise and move their body. They're coherent and everything like that. They're not that, they still got some life in them. And so that's what's pretty to see, and what's beautiful to see is that it's those little things that bring joy. Something that's free. Anyone can dance. Anyone can move their body. And anyone can find joy within that experience. And I think that's something as humans we find time and time and time again.